Welcome everybody for another episode of the SuperFly podcast. We've got two very special guests here with us today, Chico and Shingo from Mooneyes USA in Japan. And so we thought we'd come down and speak to them about their passion for cars, how they got into the car industry, and how their journey has been with Moon. You know, obviously this is a legacy that's been carried on from years to years. So guys, thank you and welcome to be on the show.
Thank you.
So before we go into this, I'd like to find out from both of you guys, how did you get into cars? And if it's okay with you, Chico, could you let us know when that started?
Yep. Well, as I was going to school, I was actually studying to become an architect.
Wow.
Yeah, figure that one out, yeah. And as I was going to school, a friend of mine came to me and says, I got a hot rod. And you never guess what it was.
What?
It was a 1972 Ford Pinto with a four-cylinder car.
Wow.
And actually, he had it hopped up a little bit, and he had headers on it and carburetors and whatnot. It was actually a hot rod, but four-cylinder. And he got me kind of interested in it. Before that, I didn't even know nothing about cars. I wasn't, cars, to me, it was a different world. But that moment on, everything changed for me. I mean, something about cars, I got really interested in it. And the very first car I bought, it was a 1960 Corvette convertible. That was for $650.
Wow, $650.
Yeah,
That's
right.
incredible.
$650 for back in the 1973. No, maybe even a little before the 72. This old lady had it in the front yard, had it for sale. At that time, I didn't even know what that was, but I bought it for $650 and used it for commute back and forth to work and school. But as that progressed, I really got into tinkering with it, not knowing anything about cars, but I'm really interested in working with my hands. So I worked on it and made mistakes, and that's how I learned everything, actually. So I got rid of that Corvette, and I bought me a 69 Plymouth Roadrunner. That was 383 with a 4-speed and whatnot. It was
Beautiful.
a hot rod. So, from there, many different cars. Just playing with cars as I go to school and work. And all the money I earned went to cars. So I had many different cars from then on. I once bought the race car, 69 Nova, with a big block in it, and I thought I was going to go race, but before too long I found out I wasn't good enough for a drag race, so I gave up on it. But after that, I got interested in El Caminos, Chevelles and El Caminos. I bought the Chevelle and then a bunch of different El Caminos from 64 to 87, all the years.
Amazing. So obviously from there, how do you come in, Shingo, in terms of the car industry? Obviously interesting, how you've come into the car culture from something you never expected to suddenly now into cars. How did your transition come about into cars?
Well, like kids, right after get a driver license, motorcycle and cars. I don't know why, but I love the American hot rod, like choppers. So as soon as I get the license, I got the Volkswagen Type 2. That's my first car.
Really?
Yeah, make it a Superfly, the blue paint, paint blue, metallic, and chrome bumpers, white wheel, and mirrors, just like 70s. That was back in '74.
Wow.
And then I didn't have any money, but I had a chance to buy a 1960 Tivo. It was only about $700. It's cheap, but it's just built up. But in order to fix the car, I had to come over to the U.S. to buy the parts in 1977. That's how I met him the first time. And a friend of mine had a '69 El Camino, big block El Camino, he said the car had a 427, motor. But I broke I broke his motor while I was driving his car. So I asked Chico, okay, what can we do? He said, okay, why don't we fix it and pull the motor out by the pistons? But then found out the motor wasn't 427, it's a 396.
I see.
It happened all the time, right? And Chico fixed it, and we drove up to San Francisco. That's how I met him first time.
I was going to say, so you guys met. So how did it meet? You met for the first time in this environment. Was it a car meet?
Through our mutual friend. I was going to school, and Shige came to U.S. to go to school, and through our mutual friend, they came to me. And by then I was working on cars and whatnot, tinkering with it, and just I don't know. It was one of those things. He likes El Caminos too, and I love El Caminos. I was driving El Caminos then already, so it just kind of clicked naturally. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't.
Sure, no, you meet people.
No, we are all from different parts of Japan, so I never met him while we are in Japan, right? But just I have a friend live here. He know him, and then he makes match to her,
Sure.
both. And then he had a Nova race car, like he said, and El Camino, right? So the first time I met him, then I decided to come over again. So I told my parents I gotta go to US, study.
Yeah, going to school.
Yeah, going to school for study.
School.
Yeah, school for drug race.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So
that's incredible.
That's how I come here.
So did you have a workshop before?
No, back in the 70s, I was just going to school and working, doing landscaping, gardening, and all that stuff. But I was just working out of my garage.
Okay.
Yeah, doing everything in my garage.
So did either of you actually meet Dean Moon? Is
Yeah,
that
I
how
did,
you took on the workshop from him? Is that how it worked, or how did that go?
Well, that's first time I met him in 1983.
Wow.
Yeah, I came here to build a set of discs, and that's how I met.
Okay.
And he passed away in 1987. So for about four and a half years.
So how did it come about that you gentlemen are now, carrying on his legacy? How did that come about?
As Shige was buying and selling the Moon discs, when Dean Moon and Shige got kind of clicked like him and I. Dean got to liking him, and so he started sending discs to him without him knowing. I mean, I guess sometimes, and then he had to sell them. But that disc really did something for him that he sells to his friends and whatnot. That's how he got started in the selling the parts.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, because I was working for some company. First time I met Dean, so I'm not into the business, right? So I bought a set of discs, and that's for a friend of mine. I bought 2 sets, and right after I put the disc on my car, the friend wanted to buy it. So hey, Shige, can you get it? Okay, so I ordered Dean dozen of discs, dozen set of discs, and I sold that sold them to my friend, and I thought it's just over, but. Someday, I didn't even expect it. He called me. I was in Japan. That was an international call. Back then, it's pretty expensive. But he called me, hey, Shige, you want to buy 2,000 set of discs? I said, yes, because I was so excited. I was so happy to have a call from him. So I couldn't refuse it. So he told me, okay, I give you discount. So, and that's how I had to sell discs, which no demand in Japan.
I see. So how do you guys now, obviously you got over here taking over his original shop to also having one in Japan. So how did that happen? Obviously you started selling those discs, but what was the transition?
The Shige started the Mooneyes of Japan back in 84?
86, shop started 86.
86, before Dean passed away.
Okay.
So he was actually an authorized Moon dealer over in Japan.
Perfect.
And 87, Dean passed away, but he wanted to continue. But not only that, he wanted to keep this legacy the way the Dean had. And we spent 3 years talking to family. Well, first he asked me if I would run the U.S. Otherwise, he wouldn't have, getting into it. But I said yes, not thinking anything. But I was kind of interested in it to myself anyway. So then he decided to go ahead and deal with the family, and about 3 years, right?
Yeah,
we went back and forth. They couldn't make any decisions, and.
Dean passed away 87. His wife Charlie took over the business till 1990. Then she passed away, and the company is kind of closed down, and the family didn't want to keep it, so they want to sell everything. But the most American company want to buy just logo. That's it. They didn't even need a facility, business, and nothing. Just needed logo. But I want to have everything what they had. I asked him to run the company here because I'm in Japan and he's here, and that's how we started. I just want to keep what the Dean had. So that's why as you can see here, it's all chairs, desks, and nothing and everything. It's nothing new.
Yeah. I mean, we think it's incredible that you guys are actually carrying on our legacy to keep it exactly as it is. I mean, we're standing in this workshop right now, and it's phenomenal to see the old school machines that back in the day. So if I'm correct, you guys still make things as he did back then.
Yeah. Now, when we started out, we had a couple of older gentlemen here working for Dean a long time, since 1960.
You want Bill from
Bill was a 19, yeah.
But the Fred is 50.
Right.
50 era. Yeah.
And the condition of this getting the business going was to have them working for us, otherwise I don't know nothing, and so they both of them said yes. So we were glad, and everything went to place pretty good. We were open the store August 1992.
Right after he got married.
Yeah, actually, I got married in June, and
I'm
then
so sorry about his wife. He's working every day.
So, but because of those two guys, we were able to continue what it was, when Dean had. Otherwise, we couldn't have done it ourselves. It was all on them, the way they were doing it. So, really, it was all those two that made this happen.
So, are those two still working here today?
No, unfortunately, both of them passed away.
No, they were all age past.
Yeah, they were still working here. Believe it or not, they were 82, 83, both of them, when they passed away.
Right.
That's dedication.
And they were working here until then. And both of them, they've been here for 40-some years, and they spend more time with each other than they do their wives. That was a joke, because they spend more time together than they do with their wives, and so it was for them. I think it was not work. It's the same thing for me too. This is not a work. I enjoy coming to work every day. It doesn't happen with. There's very little people who gets to have this kind of, how would you say it? It's it's a great opportunity for me to come and work and get paid, what I like to do, so it's now I talk to my wife sometimes and she hates going to work, and I said, what's wrong with you? I mean, but I guess most of the job are like that, but again, this to me, it's not work. I mean, it's great. It's a joy.
You're right. It's very rare for people to live their passion.
Yeah.
So for us, that is the same right now, and we can feel it from you. You're just here. You're working yourselves actually still, which is very rare to see. As being the president on either side, you still are out there. You're working alone, and it's really it's like we don't want to interfere.
We are so hard.
Well, we're a small company, and we were just making a joke yesterday too. Some visitors came, and I was showing them how everything is done. I was doing it. And he said, well, no other company, the president does,
Making
their hands
and
around.
times you can get on dirt.
I enjoy it, so every chance I get, I'll do whatever. So.
You mentioned yesterday to us as well, this is still a very small company. Things are running smooth, but not very fast. How do you see that progress in the future?
Well, it's a very difficult questions, because of I wanna pass this legacy to next generations, because we are age, so someday we have to retire or we have to bye, I don't know, but not expand. I'm not. I don't have any picture of expanding business. I just want to keep this legacy and pass the legacy to next generations. I don't know who, maybe someone on the earth. Not only here, but also any other country. Just like me. No one expects Japanese gonna own moon, right? So that's the same thing. So I hope we can find or we can see that kind of person in near future.
That's very nice to know. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so thank you both for spending time with us today, because I know you're very busy guys, so thank you very much. So if anyone out there is interested, obviously you never know, you could be the next legacy for Moon. Speak to these gentlemen, and until next time, thank you for tuning in.
All right.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
let's get back to pack.